Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with the TED Show. But today, it's not about the TED Show. It's about a new series that we're launching called Top of Mind Tuesdays with one of my besties, the most amazing educator and database guru on the planet, Yvonne Sandoval from Leverage 365. I'm excited about this. Welcome back, Yvonne. We're doing it.
Thank you, Ted. I really appreciate it. We're back.
We're back. Actually, it's funny because I had people go, "Are you going to sing? Are you going to do trivia?" I go, "You know what? I have no idea. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave you with a nugget each week, at least one. We really just want to give some education, added value. What's up, Jeffrey Lopez? And we really, really want to give back. And so Yvonne is the queen of that. And so welcome. So how are you doing today?
I am doing awesome. I am so glad to be back with Ted. This is an important day for me. We had such a great time doing our Manic Mondays that we had to move it to Tuesday.
Right?
Going on up. Yeah.
I love it. Thirsty Tuesdays.
Right? We're going to work through every single day of the week. And we'll have to go for Wild Wednesdays and Throwback Thursdays. We're just going to keep. We'll have to do a day of the week for us.
So tell them. Obviously, I don't know who wouldn't know you, but it's so good for you to give an intro to those who are tuning in for the first time. Tell them a little bit about you and what Leverage 365 is all about.
Well, I appreciate that. So Leverage 365 is my company. I work with real estate agents throughout the country, and I am helping them to stay top of mind. Hey, Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Hola. Yeah, we're here to keep people top of mind, and we do that through a high level of communication that we do for the agent, but we do that as their voice. So meaning I'm going to have to interview you. I'm going to have to really know everything about you. And sometimes, during that interview, we go really deep. Sometimes it's a Barbara Walters moment. I've had tears happen during interviews. I mean, that's because we really go to places that go deep, let people know who you are, what your mission, your vision, your value, and your purpose is. And when you put that out and you communicate that in several modes of communication, then what's going to happen is you're going to remain. And I say remain because you are already in the lives of these people,
yes,
helping them to buy and sell real estate. You'll be top of mind and continue to be top of mind throughout the year because I'm going to be touching them for you throughout the year with content that we wrote specifically for that individual. Nothing canned.
So tell me about top of mind. Before we went live, people ask questions.
Yeah.
Top of mind is one of those buzz terms that gets thrown around a lot. What is somebody thinking when they're saying top of mind? Is it just making sure that people think of you first? What's the real magic behind that?
Well, the magic behind that is, I come from the marketing world. My whole existence is that. It started on Broadway. As a child, grew up around artists and playwrights and such, singers and all of that good stuff. And they also understood that to stay top of mind, that you had to be in front of an audience, and you had to stay in front of an audience continuously. So to be top of mind means when someone thinks of you, they should think of you right away, meaning who is that actress, who is that realtor that you used or you watched in that movie. Right away, that person's name comes to mind.
Yes.
There are people out there in our immediate area, in our sphere here in Central Florida, that we are used to seeing them consistently, and because of that, they come top of mind. A great case in point would be if I asked you out there here in Central Florida, and maybe even extending past Central Florida, I needed to have an attorney, I had a slip and fall accident, I had a car accident, or whatever the case may be, and I ask you, give me the name of an attorney, for the most part, you're going to hear the name Morgan & Morgan for a law. And the reason why you're hearing them is, not that they're the best firm in the world, and they may be, but let's just say it's because they've been seen and heard continuously for years through multiple modes of communication, such as billboards, television, radio, print ads, and the like. That is the way that you become that person when someone says, I'm going to be buying a house soon. Do you know a real?
Yes. Yvonne froze for a moment. Hopefully I didn't. So the interesting thing about what we're doing, and hopefully we're still live. Somebody give me a okay. We lost Yvonne for a sec. Top of mind is so important because there you are.
Yeah.
You want top of mind is important. When I think of it, I think, all right, I want to be the go-to person. So what you were saying is, like, I have people call me and go, hey, Ted, do you have a restaurant connection? Hey, Ted, do you have a lawn care company? Hey, Ted. And so I'm top of mind. I want them to think of me as the person that can help connect them.
Yes.
And by just not ramming mortgage down their throat and being a real person and being a resource, I stay top of mind.
Absolutely. The more that you are a resource, not only in your in your field of, in this case, mortgage for you or marketing for me, we have to be a resource for many things that people may not need at this moment. They may not need a mortgage company. They may not need marketing right at this time, but they can look to us as a community expert, as somebody who knows a lot of things about a lot of stuff, a jack of all trades kind of thing. We become a resource, and that is what we want to be. We want to be a community expert within our sphere, and the larger we can grow that sphere, the larger our business and our lives can become.
What do you say to somebody who says, I don't really have a great database, or, I've already been sending something out that's canned, by the way, once a week or once a month. Isn't that enough to touch the people and keep them top of mind?
Well, I say, how would you as a consumer, how would you as an audience, what would you want? Would you want to see something that is not a relative and timely? Is it just, you just want to see content? You just want to sit in front of a television, or say you're in hopefully one day a theater again, and you just want to mindlessly see whatever they put in front of you? No, you want to be touched. You want to feel something. You want to experience something. It's even at a restaurant, the food is great, but when the ambiance is off, it's not the same. It's sending out just anything for the sake of saying I'm sending something is not going to build your business. So we need to go a little deeper, especially in the times that we're in. We need to go that little extra mile. We need to open up who we are so that people can trust us. Commonality and familiarity equals trust. It is a very simple formula, but we sometimes don't go about it the right way. We just send out things, and things that don't bring timeliness or relevance to the person's day, nor does it build that trust to commonality and familiarity. So I
think people underestimate the value of that commonality and familiarity. Ooh, wow, that's a word I got to practice, apparently.
It's not easy.
Because I tell people that when they come on the show, they don't want to give me their origin story. They don't want to talk about themselves. And I always say, well, how is the audience supposed to connect with you? It's the same with your database. They have to have that feeling of commonality and being familiar with you, because you're constantly touching them, the 7 to 10 or however many touches. You're the pro on that.
Absolutely.
But that's so important, because then you are in front of them all the time, and you're able to actually make an impact. And when the time comes, they will think of you. I had somebody just yesterday that I've been friends with for 3 years, maybe longer. We have talked about every single thing but mortgages. And yesterday he said, okay, my dad is refinancing. How does he reach out to you? I haven't talked to him about mortgages at all, but they know me, and then they know what I do. They know me first, and then they know what I do. And so keeping top of mind is about the trust. It's about the commonality. And then, the rest of it falls into place. I feel like you do a great job. They trust you. Then you can be a little bit more out there about what it is you do in the world.
Absolutely. And everybody has a database. There's not a person who does it. And a database is simply a group of contacts. So don't get overwhelmed by saying, I don't have a database. If you are a human being who's had experiences. Meaning you went to school; those are people that you went to school with. That's your database. You graduated from college, and now you're in the workforce. Your coworkers, they're part of your database, and everybody who you went to school with. Your database exponentially grows as you age, unfortunately. So, both me and Ted, we have a huge database because we're still,
Yeah, that has a lot to do with age.
and experiences, and we all have those. So you have to call upon your prior lives and put those people into your database. Especially with real estate agents, because with real estate agents, their demographic is very, very simple. It's so amazing. That's why I love working with realtors. It's because everyone needs your service. Everyone needs shelter. So
Yes.
everyone needs to be communicated with. There is not a person in your database who is not worthy of getting communications from you. Not a person. Because that person, 100% of your database knows someone who is going to look to buy or sell. 100% of them.
And if you're not top of mind, this is what happens. You're not top of mind. They don't think of you when they hear the word, let's say real estate, for example. Then that's when your neighbor uses somebody else, or your cousin uses somebody else. Your best friend uses somebody else. People, because you're not keeping that at the top of their mind and maintaining that top of mind, because you're sending just one little thing that's so passive, nobody pays attention to it once a month. So we had a question. Somebody wanted to know if they haven't done anything with their database, which I love those kinds of databases a lot. What's one thing that they can do to tweak that? What's something they can do to get ready, maybe to go out there and begin the touches? Give them maybe one nugget they can take.
Sure. Well, you know what? You have to be in all modes of communication, but if you're going to choose one, and I really stress this, we need to have analytics. We need to know that what we're doing, we can visually see is being delivered and is being opened or read in some fashion. Social media, we're not actually able to see if a person read our post. Postcards we can. So if you want to do a postcard, you can send out postcards and of value to someone. You could also do an email, because emails, we will know if a person received it, A, B, how many times they've opened it, and if they've clicked on any of the links of resource that we've put into that. So we've got a lot of analytics with email. We can also have you reaching out through a website and making sure, because we can see if people are visiting your website. Right. You can see a turnaround with a landing page. We can get in interaction with that, and we can grow our database as well through those communications. So there's several modes. You need to kind of be in all of them. But if you wanted to choose one, I would choose one that had feedback for us, so that we know, and I mean us meaning you, that you know that what you're doing is impacting. It's being read. It's being viewed. You can do so with postcards and also with the email at this point.
We had. Oh, look! Hi, Nick. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Nick.
We had someone talk about how they did a video once. Guys, one thing that Yvonne and I are going to do every week is really we're going to target. We'll give you the topic each week. This is just a generic one. So there's all these topics. We're going to take a deep dive as we go. But somebody said, well, I did a video once, first red flag. I only got 2 likes. So what do you say to somebody like that? I mean, I have my opinions that, you just tried once and you gave up. Yeah. But what do you say to somebody who goes, well, I tried that and that just didn't work?
Well, it's okay. So that's a great thing. So, that they could also say that they went to the gym once and they don't know why they're in shape.
The 1980s for me, that was when the last time I went.
So anything you do with consistency is going to benefit your life. So whether if you continuously go to the gym, you go once and you wonder why you're not in shape, it's obvious. So when you do one video and you only get 2 likes, Gary Vaynerchuk is someone that I follow, and a lot of you out there as well. And he tells you that the first 5 years of him doing what's called, he did a show called Wine Library. Wine Library took 5 years for him to build an audience. He didn't go from overnight to being Gary Vaynerchuk. It took several years, and just being consistent and putting out content on a consistent basis. So it's like anything else in this world. The more you do it, the more it'll impact your life. So you have to you have to pick a day and time. Maybe with, like me and Ted, we're doing obviously Tuesdays at 11 o'clock. That is something you have to commit to. I think this is a lot easier than hitting the gym. What do I know? But,
me too.
and this will build our lives. It'll build your lives. It is a win-win situation when you contribute to the world about your wisdom and the things that you can bring to others. So yes, do the video, pick a day, pick a time. And if you're not going to do it for you, do it for others, because you're going to help the lives of the people that you're going to impact by your video, no matter what it is you're talking about.
Consistency is a great word. Maybe we'll leave that as the word of the day. But I feel like that was one of the best pieces of advice I got when I started the show. Ted, whatever you decide to do, you need to stick to it.
Well, I think that's true. That is absolutely true. Sticking to, and that, it's not easy. So maybe get somebody who's an accountability partner. I have Ted, and he keeps me accountable. And he wants to have, he wanted to do the show. I wanted to do the show with him. But it takes two of us to hold each other to the standard, and that we're going to do this, and we're doing this for a purpose.
Yes.
So, yes. And this is to help others. And I also want to bring up, before I forget, when I spoke about earlier about one of the biggest tips out there is that everyone knows Ted. I believe everyone knows Ted. And the reason why we know him is because he consistently puts himself into this world through many modes of communication. One of them here is video that you do, and you've gotten to know him so well. Some of you have never met him in real life. But you feel as if you know him, right? And I've had this happen to me several times, just recently as well. At an event, people come up to me and they know so much about my life. I've never actually met them, but they know me. And that's something that you need as well. Everyone out there needs in their business, is to have people feel that they know you. What's called the mere exposure effect. The more that we it's a psychological effect that the more that people see you, that mere exposure builds that feeling of commonality and familiarity. So the more you put yourself on video, the more people will, they're going to say, yes, whatever you're selling, whatever whatever it is you do, I already know you and I already trust you. I've seen you. Like, I feel like I know you. So that's something that we want to do, as well as make sure the world knows that you are an expert in the world and the community in which you serve.
Oh, yes, you have. You're going to talk about that. You have something you're going to share with everybody, right?
Yes.
Are you ready for that? Let me add it.
I'm ready. So I'm going to show everyone out there. We have a way of scrolling, Ted, right? If I just go to the
I think you just use your mouse. Yeah.
There we go. So this is something that has been created for Mr. Bogert because he is such a leader in our community. This is his community expert page. And this lets others in the world know who he is, what he's all about. And it shows a little bio about him, which is super important because the About Us page of any website is the third most visited page for real estate agents. So it's super important that you let people know who you are and what you're all about. This is his community, and we already want to know more about Ted. So we have a one page, and the one page is super important, and it gives you all of his affiliations. It gives you all of the things that who makes up Ted. His hot spots. Oh, check it out.
Woo. These
are the places that are linked to Ted's favorite haunts. Believe me, there could be 50 more of them.
There are.
There are, because he is a community expert. His supported nonprofits, because this is about your community, your world. What do you believe in? Let others know so that they could contribute as well. they'll see the commonality and the familiarity in themselves in you when they can see these things. All of the community resources, because didn't we say that you would need to be a resource?
Yes, you
Uh-huh.
do.
Well, being a resource means you're a sharing of those resources, and people can go here anytime they want and see Ted's resources,
Yes.
as well as to contact him and learn more would be put into his database and also be put on his database campaign. They can go right here and contact Ted, and that goes and can feed his database, which is really what it's about, is helping others and getting them aboard. Of course, they can also visit Ted's mortgage page, so they can go see his page, which is his VIP mortgage group, as well as all of his social media platforms in one place.
Yeah, isn't that
So
nice? It's
everything.
really a beautiful page. I wish I could say I created it, but I didn't. But I would love to refer you to the person that did if you have interest.
Absolutely. You can reach out to Leverage 365. We are able to do this for you. This is something that if you believe yourself to be a community expert and you want others to know, this is what we can put together for you. This is also SEO juice, which we like to call it, meaning everything that's on this page has been programmed in such a way that it's going to feed and teach Google that you're a community expert. So,
Amazing.
yeah,
It's
Google,
amazing stuff.
it's more important that Google knows, just because Google's the one that when people go and they're looking for someone in their community, they'll be able to find you. So this talks to people as well as Google. So let me know if you want to be like
Yeah,
Ted.
I love it. I think that it looks beautiful. It's another way, guys. This is another way. Yet, like Yvonne talked about earlier, there should be multiple streams of how you reach people, how you identify yourself, how you get yourself out there. So, in my opinion, I'm a let's do everything type of person because I do want to touch many, many more lives than I can just on my own. And that's the other part. If it's just you and it's only you and all you're doing is your one little post when you, let's say real estate, you take a picture with the key when you close the house, and that's the extent of all you do, you're really not tapping into or benefiting your database, because you also are a community expert and you want to establish yourself as that so you can build your business.
They're just multiple modes. You know, I always say to people, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Recently, I know me and Ted had a discussion with someone who is a broker, and that broker told us the story of one of their agents who decided pre-COVID, you know, about actually 2 weeks before COVID, to put all of his eggs in one basket, and chose that he was going to, let's just say, door knock. And that was going to be his one motive of getting his name out there. But we all know, and this just logically, that putting your eggs in one basket and showing only one facet of yourself is not going to build your community. It's not going to build your business.
Right.
So having multiple modes, website, email, postcards, video, doing a show like this, Ted and I both work very hard and it doesn't feel like work at all, but
it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work, but you know what? It's because we love helping others. And I know that you out there, especially my realtor friends, you love helping people find shelter and finding their dream home. And the best thing for you is to let everyone know and shout it from the rooftops, but do it in a beautiful, concise way so people can hear from you at a higher level.
Yes.
That's how you stand out amongst the 18,000 realtors in Central Florida. Is you need to go and be open as much as you can, as much as you feel comfortable with, and help others, and by being a resource. So as a matter of fact, we just had Rose pop up there. There's, Selling Orlando, which is another way of helping. It's going to help everyone out there here in Central Florida who are realtors to showcase our wonderful community. Once again, this is the theme today, is community.
Community. It really is all about community. So what I want to do is I want, if you guys have ideas about topics that you want, something that you want to ask Yvonne or ask me and you want us to focus on it during the week, just shoot us a message, reach out to us, because we have a lot of ideas, but we'd love to hear your input. So when we go live next Tuesday, we'll have an actual topic, give you a little more, we'll get a little deeper into it, but leave you with some real tangible nuggets that you can take with you. But we know you guys have questions, so please reach out to us during the week. All right, Yvonne, what's the best way for them to reach you, to get in touch with you, to learn more about Leverage 365?
Absolutely. Well, you can always visit my webpage, which is getleverage365.com, or you can text me. My number is text or call 407-915-8000, or you can email me, Yvonne at getleverage365.com.
Fantastic. All right, guys, we'll be back next week. That was perfect. I got a tidbit too, so I hope you guys got tidbits. Please reach out to us. 2021 is just around the corner, so we're all doing our plans. We're all trying to figure out what we want to do. We're all trying to maneuver through the craziness of 2020 and figure out what we're going to do in 2021. And so this is a great way to kick it off. We really, really appreciate. We had a lot of questions and comments. So obviously, top of mind Tuesdays is where you're going to learn some of these great business tips and relationship tips. I mean, not personal as far as I know, but who knows where Yvonne and I will go on the show. But thank you so much, Yvonne, for being here and being such an amazing resource in the community. You're awesome.
Thank you so much, Dad.
All right, we'll see you back here 11 o'clock next week, Tuesday, the 22nd, I believe. And we'll talk to you guys soon. We appreciate you. See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.